All right, this is for quiz 2.06. It was mainly on volumes of cylinders. So remember, the volume of a cylinder is pi times r squared, which is the radius squared times the height. Be careful to look and see how they want you to leave your answer. This particular one wants you to express it in terms of pi, so that means you don't have to change pi to 3.14. Find the volume of the cylinder. So here's our cylinder. They give us the radius of 10. Remember, if they were to give you the diameter, you would divide by 2. But this gives us our radius, so we're just plugging it into our formula. So pi times the radius squared, 10 squared times 25, gives us 2,500 pi, and that's cubic feet. If they wanted you to plug in, if it said use 3.14 for pi, you'd simply multiply 3.14 times 2,500. All right, this one gives you the volume of the cylinder of 686 pi cubic centimeters, and it gives you the height 14, and it wants the length of the radius. So we're looking for our r. So we're going to use the same formula. The volume is pi r squared h, except now we're going to just solve for r. So we're going to plug in 686 pi is equal to pi r squared times our height, which is 14. Now, remember, to get r by itself, we're going to have to divide this side by 1 over 14 pi to get rid of that. And so when we divide both sides by 14 pi, then we get 686 over 14 because the pi's cancel out here. And r squared is equal to 49. And remember, then we take the square root of both sides, and so the radius is equal to 7. This one says, what is the volume of a right cylinder with a base diameter of 21.3 and a height of 37.4? Now this one does say use 3.14 for pi and round your answer to the nearest hundredths. Remember, hundredths is 2 decimal places. So first we want to find our radius. So the diameter is 21.3 divided by 2 is 10.65. They say to round only your final answer, so go ahead and plug in 10.65 here as your radius. 3.14 for pi, and be careful, if you use the pi button on your calculator, you will get a slightly different answer. So if it says use 3.14, just plug in 3.14 and then 10.65 squared, and our height was 37.4. When you multiply those out, this is the number you get. It told you to round to the hundredths, so we look at this decimal, or this unit here. It is less than 5, so we'll leave it as 13,319.88. Now this one is a little different. It gives you a right circular cylinder with a height of 19 3/4 feet and a diameter of 1 2/5 times its height. What is the volume? So remember, our formula, the volume is pi r squared h. So we have to have our radius and our height. So we have to calculate our height. Our height, they told us, is 19 3/4. So I would change that to a decimal. 3 divided by 4 is going to give you 0.75. And now we want to find our radius. So we'll divide that. So the diameter is going to be 1 2/5, so change that to a decimal as well. So that's 1.4 if you divide 2 by 5, times the diameter, 19.75. And so we can see our diameter is 27.65. If we divide by 2, then we get our radius of 13.825. Now we've got all the pieces we need for our formula. 3.14, 13.825 is our radius squared, times our height of 19.75, and then we get 11,852.96571. So if we round that to hundredths, this is 5 or greater, so we're going to go up to 0.97. Good luck on the quiz.